Hey, what's up, boys? We're doing the second part. Let's just get right into it. And yes, I do summon Obelisk, the Torment. Look at this. It has to be the cutest things. What the hell? I have the entire damn set. We got the Rain Dragon of Raw. Dude, that looks so sick. Anyway, sorry about that. I just got so excited. I just got these two. I got the case and I got the McDonald's toast today. So I was so excited. And yeah, no, I'm very excited about that. I have the entire Hello Kitty collection. Honestly, I'm not even a fan of Hello Kitty. I just thought it looked hilarious. I have Hello Kitty as like, or I think it's Melody as like blue eyes. They didn't have red eyes in the US release, which is just kind of dumb. Like, why the hell would you just randomly cut one? That's so random, but whatever, right? I don't make decisions. I'm not Sanrio. I'm not Yu-Gi-Oh! So fuck you guys for not giving us the red eyes. But anyways, let's actually get into this. We're doing Dragon Ball Fusion World, Part 2, Raging Roar. Obviously, Part 1 turned out a little more negative than well, not negative. It just turned it more so into a discussion that I would have wanted. I usually like to keep my first parts more so like orientated in the box itself, or at least well, I did talk about the product itself, right? It's not like I went on a tangent about Dragon Ball. It's like I actually talked about the card game and Fusion World. But just so much about the market situation and what the hell is going on, just because I feel like it's kind of a big deal. But today, we're not going to talk too much about that. Just once we see what we pull, I guess if we pull something crazy, I'll mention it. I think at this point, I've seen most of the prices. I want to say, well, maybe some alters. I won't know, actually. Yeah, I don't think I've seen all the alters. But like, for example, the one I pulled last time, because those aren't technically, I don't know why they're not in the set, or I didn't see them when I checked. Like the Broly one I pulled, I still don't know how much that is, to be honest. I didn't even check. Or the Jiren, to be honest. I'll be honest, I'm recording this back to back. So let's get right through this. But I do know like the regular supers, how much they are now. And I did kind of quickly glance in between videos just because I kind of wanted to see. And I did see the secret rares. I know how much they are, but I didn't see one of the altereds. If we get it, I'll tell you which one. If we don't, then I'll just reveal it anyways. But I did see one of the alters because I kind of didn't want to see all the alters, to be honest. I kind of like being surprised by them because I kind of like seeing if, okay, are they still not so great or are you actually improving? And it's a 50-50. It's a work in progress, let's just say. Well, actually, wait, what the hell am I doing? Why don't I have it here? Hold up, let me move the cards here. I feel like you guys can barely see. All right, there you go. Should be good. Hopefully it should be a little better there. I'll just put the quote cards here. And okay, we're good to go. Because I was also thinking of doing a set review. And maybe I can try it with the background on this one, since I do have a bunch of these ones. So I'll just give it a shot and then see how it goes. Oh, what the hell? We got that Majin Vegeta. Very, very nice. Man, I'm telling you, that's so many random. I thought this was fucking Dr. Wheelo's brain. Jesus Christ. We have Majin Buu. We have Majin Buu Saga. We have Beerus. We have what's it called? GT. We have Videl. We have Universe 7 with Tournament of Power. Yeah, we have it all in this bitch. God damn, we are cooking up all of these. I mean, like I said, though, it does make sense. Again, if it is more so archetype based, Universe 7 androids, Saiyan Saga, that kind of thing, it is kind of hard to justify not including them at all for two sets, right? If you do a GT set and then you do a Tournament of Power set, it would be kind of dumb to not include anyone and just leave all of those people with no support, right? That's kind of weird. Again, I'm still not sure how Dragon Ball works, though. Is it more so based on colors, then? Because obviously this is Fusion World. It is more basic. So maybe that's how it works right now. It's more so related to colors rather than the specific archetypes. Because obviously that was kind of the whole point, right, of Fusion World. I mean, look at this. Motherfucker doesn't even have text. He doesn't even have vanilla text. What the hell? They don't even bother. It really said, man, if you're not good enough, we're not even going to give you a text. Fuck you. At least Yu-Gi-Oh! They're like, oh, this Solemn Warrior fell in the desert 1,000,000 years ago, and now he fights. He wanders around the desert killing souls. Some generic stuff, but at least it makes the monster feel like a monster. Damn. That's crazy. They really just didn't care. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Some people are probably just like, oh, it's still just, fluff text. Who cares? And, hey, I guess you're right. Dude, I could never get over. Let's actually talk about GT. You know what? Fuck. Let's talk about GT. Man, That Vegeta mustache, you know, first of all, that looks goofy as fuck. But obviously, I'm not gonna talk about the Vegeta mustache. Relax, that's not one of my criticisms. Obviously, the main criticism with GT, in my opinion, is just the story. It felt a little more like a step back from the original. We went back, in my opinion, more so towards Dragon Ball feel at the beginning. More so in the adventure side, we're going for the Dragon Balls and we're going to explore all these different places and meet all these different people and make friends in all these different places and, you know, save this village and save this village and save this village. And obviously that kind of takes the steam when you go from Majin Buu, Kid Buu, you know, kicking everyone's ass, and Vegito, and, you know, all this crazy stuff, Ultimate Gohan, the destruction of the world, all this crazy, and then you're going to that, to Goku's a kid now, and we have to get the Dragon Ball. So obviously it's kind of a disconnect in my opinion. It was kind of expected to be a kind of a weird response at first. But in my opinion, what they actually did absolutely right and they absolutely smashed was the characters. I love the character design in GT. Well, except Vegeta, I guess you could say. I guess that's not a spoiler, but I love Super Saiyan 4. I love how they integrate, and that's probably one of my favorite. It might be my favorite. Actually, yeah, I think it might be my favorite Goku transformation. Just period. Just because I think it's so fucking cool that we get to delve into the tales, the myth of the Saiyans, the, you know, what makes them Saiyans. Really, this whole thing, this legend behind their whole species and all this stuff, and that they go back to that in Super Saiyan 4. I think that's so cool, and it really does give meaning to the Saiyan part, right, of Super Saiyan versus, hey, here's a god. Well, now you're a god. It's like, and they kind of try to do the same with Super Saiyan God. They're like, well, there's this legend of a Super Saiyan God, but it really kind of doesn't work because there's no connection to it. Really, the only cool part about Super Saiyan God is that they need like a bunch of Saiyans. So that is kind of cool. It's like, well, you do need kind of like a community of Saiyans to make it work at first. But I mean, at the end, they kind of don't, because I don't think Vegeta ever needed that. I don't think he would ever accept that, just because how prideful he is, and he still somehow does it. So I don't even think that's actually the case. But anyways, I just think it's so cool that we actually got to delve back into that. Goku got his tails back, and then you know, through all these anger, well, once he's fighting Baby, right? He wants to protect Pan, and, you know, he becomes the Super Saiyan 4, the legendary Super Saiyan 4. I just think that's so fucking cool. I just think it's so neat, and in my opinion, it is a lot cooler than, hey, stand around me in a circle, and you just suddenly Power Ranger Red and just become this. You just become a god just like that, right? There's not really much of a journey towards it. It's just hey, you kicked my ass and I want to be stronger. Make me stronger. Okay. And you're just stronger. It's like, well, it's okay. And we don't even get to see Super Saiyan Blue either. That's why I also really liked Ultra Instinct, because we got to see Goku struggle. We got to see Goku at that point use Super Saiyan Blue, and dude, that's not enough. This dude is kicking your ass. This dude is, and, you know, he actually pushes him to the brink, and then he does it. It's not like hey, give me a power up and you just have it. He actually feels, at least it feels, that he had to earn it. Obviously, yes, it did come out of nowhere. One episode he suddenly has Ultra Instinct, but again, it feels more earned just because, you know, you see that progression versus just, hey, give it to me. And that's a problem, obviously, with, you know, that's more so, in my opinion, to do with Battle of, I think it's Battle of Gods. Yeah, right, the one with Beerus, the movie. Battle of Gods being a movie, so obviously they can't really tell a story as well as they could with a show, just because of the runtime. You're not gonna, you know, build character for an hour, right? You need to have some action scenes in a movie. It's an anime movie. It's a shonen, for fuck's sake. So we need action. So in my opinion, that is why GT is so hated, but why I personally like it a lot. And not just the character designs, obviously, you know, Vegeta, Gogeta, Goku. I also really like some of the older characters, how they actually look. I like Gotenks, how he looks in the future. I don't like how Vegeta looks, obviously. I think I've said that a bunch. Videl, I think, looks fine. I really do also like Pan. Like the fact that they give Goku, you know, something, because at this point Gohan is kind of, obviously he can't handle himself at this point. Obviously he's, you know, he's damn near as strong, well, not strong, nowhere near as strong as him, but he's like, what, the third most strong person in the universe at this point. Well, not universe, I guess. Oh, in GT we didn't have all these universes, so yes, in the GT world he is like the third person. I'm pretty sure it goes Goku, Vegeta than Gohan, because who the hell else, right? Oh boy, hopefully I didn't show that code. Oh, okay. Dude, I swear this one keeps tricking me for a altar. God damn it. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Oh, and yeah, and again, like I was saying, the villains, right? In my opinion, that is probably my second favorite part, the transformations and the character, progression that we see, and the older forms of these characters. In my opinion, the second best part are the villains, because in my opinion, for how Dragon Ball the story felt, the villains in Dragon Ball are goofy as fuck. You have General Blue, literally just a fucking general, and then you have Tao Pai Pao. I mean, come on, the dude travels in a fucking pole. Like, you're not gonna take this too seriously, right? And in my opinion, that's something that GT really did, despite having that kind of lighthearted story at first. Again, we're gonna progress through this, right? At first, he had a lot more of a hard-sided or of a lighthearted story, and he still managed to introduce really quite a terrifying villain in Baby, that something that hates the Saiyans. And again, going back to that story of the Saiyans, right? Oh, you exterminated that? Like, that's pretty cool. We've never really seen that before. Like, pre Goku, pre Vegeta history, that actually comes back and bites them in the ass, right? That they're like, oh shit. Like, we didn't really do this to you, but I mean, we are Saiyans. So I guess it makes sense that you hate us. So that is pretty cool. Obviously, like remnants of the past of the Saiyans are coming to the sins of the past, the sins of your father are coming. Well, not even your father, I guess at this point. It's like your fucking great grandfather are coming to haunt you, right? Kind of like, it reminds me kind of like Bleach, like the Quincy's. Like they came back like 1,000 years after for revenge, with people that, like, one person was responsible, or like 2 people or 3 people that were there were responsible, right? Like everyone else was dead at that point. So it kind of reminds me of that. Very, very nice. Like Baby just trying to kill all the Saiyans because they're Saiyans. Not really. They weren't really even responsible at that point. It's just like, fuck it. I'm just mad. Let's do this. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're definitely good. I thought it was my dog in the corner somewhere. Okay, I'm telling you, I always have to be 24/7 with this dog. But let's continue this. And then obviously you have Baby. He absorbs Vegeta and he becomes Vegeta, Baby Vegeta. And in my opinion, that's also pretty cool. And then he becomes Golden Ape and has a fight with Super Saiyan 4. Such a fucking cool fight, in my opinion. Again, just showcasing the whole, just the power of it, right? I mean, it's Golden Ape. Obviously, Great Ape has been hyped up. Obviously, Great Ape obviously makes a return, in my opinion. That's also pretty cool. The, like, Golden Ape, just because we've seen, how important it is, or how important it used to be, again, to the Saiyans. And bringing it back and making it even more powerful. Hey, that's just another step up. And to that point, right? Just another compliment towards that, going back to your roots. Something that, realistically speaking, Great Ape, when the fuck was the last time we saw that in Dragon Ball Super? I don't think has anyone gone Great Ape on Dragon Ball Super? I don't think so. And then in Dragon Ball Z, I think the last time was, the Saiyan Saga. I don't think anyone went Great Ape after. So yeah, it is pretty cool to bring it back. And then obviously, Android Super 17, in my opinion, is probably the weakest of the villains, just because it does feel the most random. That, like, it doesn't really make sense that he's in hell, but he's also in heaven. Oh, I guess they built him. That's how they explain it. But it's like so weird. Like, what? And then they can somehow combine. Like, okay, well, whatever. Point is, they create a new android. So obviously, this one does feel the most random. But again, this is where they're starting to take it more seriously. They're starting to deviate away from that funny Dragon Ball adventure. And they start going for the more serious. There's an android there's a Terminator essentially trying to kill, the entire city. So that is also pretty cool. Much shorter, I think, from what I remember, the arc. So obviously, that is much more concentrated in just the fight itself, right? And in my opinion, it's also pretty cool. Probably the weakest, just because, again, it is the shortest, and we don't get to see as much of Super 17, but, still pretty nice. And his motivations, he's literally just an android, right? Just trying to kill people, so it's not that complicated. At least with Baby, you have that, backstory and that pending, the truffles, I think it's the truffles, right? Oh, the truffles are exterminated. So do they have a right, or, is it more morally justifiable for him to want vengeance versus, well, I'm an android, I don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm a robot, I just want to kill you because that's my directive. So I don't know, obviously, what you guys think. And then you have Shenron, what the hell? Omega Shenron. and all the dragons. And honestly, I think they try to mix both in this one, the more adventure-y and the more serious, because obviously some of the dragons are pretty serious, but then you have some, like, I think it was like one that is like lost, and that one is like obviously just a joke. Or the smoking one, I think they have like a one that was like taking a hit when they saw him. That shit was hilarious, just like smoking it up. He's like, what the fuck, like, bro, you are this Dragon of Legend, you're just fucking smoking it up in this thing. What the hell? And, you know, just these different dragons. Obviously, you had the more serious one, Nova Shenron, and his brother. I forgot his name, of the blue brother. And then you have obviously Omega Shenron being the big hunch, right? So that the big Uno that everyone responds to. So obviously, my opinion, probably the best villain. I mean, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think that's probably the most safe opinion. Oh shit! Speaking of, dude, I'm telling you, I was praising GT. I'm speaking of. There you go, Great Ape. I'm telling you, I was speaking of GT in a positive light. So they said, you know what, we got you. I'm dead. What the hell? Yeah, I actually hooked it up with a fucking Goku. See, I'm telling you, bro. GT. You should watch GT. Stream GT, guys. Stream everywhere. Bandai. Buy every Bandai game. Sparklings. Just gonna start promoting. I didn't even get that crazy of a hit. Jesus Christ. I am acting as if I got a God Rare or something. Jesus. I don't even think there's God Rares in this one. I think the name. What is the name of these ones? Because I know they're not God Rares. They're just like. Aren't they just like Secrets with like 2 stars? That is so lame. They definitely have to come up with a new rare. Just call them God Rares. What? Like, that's unique to Dragon Ball. I feel like people won't get pissed. Especially because in Dragon Ball Masters, they introduced them so, like, later on. That, hey, I feel like if anything, people might get excited, right? Like some of the earlier sets. It's like if some of the earlier sets, they got suddenly they got a God Rare. Like, yeah, I feel like for collectors, that might be pretty cool. I also am very curious. Well, I guess we can move on from GT a bit because we talked about it for like the whole video. I am actually very curious about this game, how you guys interact with it. Obviously, I'm guessing if you guys are a fan of Dragon Ball, maybe you play Masters. So if you do play Masters, do you play Fusion World? Or if you play Fusion World, do you even interact at all with Masters? Do you just ignore it? Like, how does it work? I'm very curious about this. Like, how did you guys choose Fusion World over Masters? How did you guys, how do you guys end up here? I guess that's a question. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. But, nah, for real. I'm actually very curious to see, like, why did you choose Fusion World over Masters? Obviously, hey, whatever reason it is, it's more simple. I don't care if that's your reason. Hey, that's cool, right? It doesn't have to be something I agree with it personally. As long as you're happy and as long as you're enjoying it, you're enjoying collecting it, playing it, whatever the hell you like doing, playing it online even, and you just like watching pack openings, I appreciate it. Whatever it is, hey, just let me know. Why are you into Fusion World? Or why are you not into Masters? I guess would be the better question. Obviously, if you play it online, I think that's pretty apparent. Masters isn't available online, so that's the only choice you have. But I guess it's mostly towards physical players. Like, why do you choose Fusion World over Masters? Because obviously, like I said, coming from a collector, it is pretty easy to just drop one over the other. Because I mean, personally, it's not like I have any crazy cards in Masters. So for me, it's not like I don't have any PSA 10s or a God Rare or anything like that, right? Like, the most expensive card I have, I think, is like Gogeta from Critical Blow, the Secret Rare. So it's nothing that, it used to be like a $200 card, now it's like 60. So RIP, I definitely should have sold it when I earlier on. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have any that much skin in the game. So for me, it is pretty easy to just say, well, I'll go to Fusion World. I prefer the art. But I know, like, if you're a player, that must be like a much harder decision, right? Well, I don't know. Like I said, just let me know. I'm very curious. What the hell is this? Oh no, I think it's one of the worst ones. Well, RIP, we did get the Goku. And I think actually the Goku was like $40, which is kind of insane. I don't know if you guys saw my previous video, the first part, or I don't know if I'm uploading this one before the first part. Again, the first one did end up being more so of a market discussion and situation discussion, catching up kind of again. So I'm not sure if I'll drop that one first, but if I don't drop it first and you guys, or if I do drop it first and you guys already saw it, I do believe that is one of the worst ones. Because again, I did see all the supers and all the seekers, and I did see some of the alters. I think obviously the most expensive card in the whole set is Goku, the God Rare, but I'm like regular cards is also Goku. The Seeker is, I believe, $40, which kind of pay for the whole box. It's kind of fucking crazy. And then the second one, I believe, is Gohan, because I think it's like $8. And then for Supers, there's not really any that expensive, from what I remember. I think Super is the only expensive one. Was like, what's it called? What's his face? Bardock, I think, is the most expensive, and he's like super cheap, and he's like $2. I'm pretty sure he's like $2, and he's the most expensive one. So yeah, there's not really. That is why boxes, in my opinion, again, just there's not really. The only things that, realistically speaking, you're opening for, and that's also what happened in Masters, in my opinion, that it just led to you're really opening just for the alt arts, and in my opinion, that does kind of suck. That it just boils down to essentially you're only caring about 2-3 hits of your box, right? That does kind of suck, in my opinion. That is something that the other Bandai's games do a lot better. That your entire value is going to be tied up to just the 2 alters or the Seeker hit, or, well, I guess in recent Digimon ones, yeah, maybe you could make that argument for BT16 specifically. But even that, there are some supers that are, I don't know, they're even in BT16, right? A set that is notoriously, notorious, nice. That is infamous for having so much value relying on the Seeker. Even that set, realistically speaking, has like a $20 super and a $5 one and a $10 one, like different ones, right? So just my opinion, it's just always better to try to make the overall box worth more versus the 1 or 2 hits. Because that's the approach that usually, like, for example, Konami likes to take, where they'll make, like, the supers, the insanely expensive ones. And it just leads to the boxes not really being that much fun to open, and people just not really wanting to open them overall. Because it's so hard to pull them, because you're just relying on 2 hits out of, 24 packs? Kind of insane, right? So, I don't know, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And hey, again, this box was pretty damn good, just in the fact that we got Goku. That literally just one card paid for the entire box. Again, I did get them at a pretty good price, $38. So one Goku being $40, it does kind of pay off the majority for it. So realistically speaking, even if this one's like $5, it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's do the top 5. And this one is gonna be a lot harder, man. Because I got so many dupes. Jesus Christ. Alright, weird. I actually did get enough to make a separate. Okay, so number 1 obviously is going to have to be... I really was about to say number 1 is going to be Dragon Ball. Jesus Christ. Number 1 is going to be Goku from GT. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't know why it doesn't say Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm not going to lie. This art is kind of not my favorite. Like, why is he just doing an energy volley? Like, what the fuck? That's that one basic attack in Budokai Tenkaichi that every character does. That they're just, like, standing there and just go... And they just throw a bunch of orbs at you. What? That is so lame. I wish he was doing the 10 times Kamehameha. That's obviously his most, like, iconic move. Maybe his alt-art is doing it. Like, that's not the one I saw. The one I saw was the Gohan one. That's why I kind of was hoping to pull the alt-art of this one. But, hey, it is what it is. Obviously, you can't win them all. But, hey, look at that. But yeah, no, the altar of Gohan, I think he is standing behind the dragon. And you know which dragon. You know the intro dragon that, Shala. That one. You already know which one. I don't know, actually. I think in English it's actually a different song. But you already know which dragon I'm talking about. He's standing behind that one. Or in front of it, sorry. Not behind. But then number 2, we have Majin Buu. Honestly, just kind of a funny card. You just Majin Buu. And then Bobby riding him. Just a pretty chill, cute card. Nothing crazy about it. Probably not too expensive, but hey, does look pretty cool. And we have Vegeta. We have Majin Vegeta. I don't know why you don't specify. Why the hell would you not specify? What? Is there like a... Wouldn't that be like kind of broken if they release like a card like Search of Vegeta? That you would save yourself a lot of trouble by specifying, because that way you could regulate which ones you search. But I guess not. Maybe it makes sense. Maybe that is how it works. Maybe you do evolve them. Like in Budokai Tenkaichi, you start as fucking Vegeta, base Vegeta, and you end up as Majin Vegeta, you end up as fucking Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Jesus Christ. I can't imagine, dude. Sparkling Zero, I'm so excited. Budokai, what would be? Tenkaichi 4, right, technically? At first, I was so nervous that they weren't going to keep up. And obviously, these are just more casual, right? Number 4, I just had to pick some Son Gohan. Again, I thought this was adult Gohan. And then we have Toppo number 5. And then Pan. But yeah, no, Sparkling Zero, I kind of was worried that character thing. I just worried, it's 2024. Games nowadays don't like to ship out with a bunch of characters. They like to sell them to you afterwards as DLC, Season Pass 1, Season Pass 2, Xenoverse 2. So I kind of was worried that was going to be the case, that they were going to try to cut back on the characters, something that is, the bread and butter of Budokai Tenkaichi, really. Just how many damn characters there are, just kind of the whole appeal, right? You can play as Goku, you can play as Kid Goku, you can play as Goku from Dragon Ball, from GT, you can play as Team Goku from Dragon Ball at the end, from the Saiyan saga. Hell, you can even play as Ginyu dressed as Goku if you want. It's just that variety of just so many characters that makes it so exciting to play and see, like, oh, how crazy can I go? How many transformations can I get through? So hopefully they keep that alive. Hopefully, it's the whole, kind of, in my opinion, the whole spirit of the game, just that variety, right? So hopefully they keep it up. Let me know if you're excited for that. Let me know if you're excited for the set. Let me know if you opened it. Again, it is pretty cheap right now. So if you're looking to maybe just even open for fun, you're just a Dragon Ball fan, just trying to maybe get Goku, hey, it's not the worst, right? Your odds aren't that bad. I think someone I read online, because I looked it up before making a decision to just buy the case. I think they said per case you're supposed to get 4 of each of the Seeker. So if that is true, 4 in 12, that's what, 1 in 3 chances of assuming his first case. It's not that bad, and again, the prices are pretty good. So just look around. If you're interested, obviously, hey, best of luck. If not, hey, hopefully you were able to live vicariously through me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you around for the 100 subscriber thing. Obviously, again, if you do want to see that Raging Roar one, feel free to comment that. Just let me know. And obviously, that'll be one of the 3. I'm opening 3 of these boxes that hopefully you guys will choose. Or if not, then I'll just choose based, I guess, on like likes or views or something, some metric that you guys obviously hope for. That's kind of the whole point. And I'll just do that bigger opening. It's going to be 3 or 4 boxes. I'm leaning towards 3. I don't want it to be over an hour. So I'm leaning towards 3, but maybe we'll do 4. Maybe we'll, sneak in another one. We'll see. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe again, and see you.